Good morning. I want to say good morning, America. How are you guys doing? It's simply Dr. Neal right here at the Edge Radio Network. We are so happy to have you. We are the I'm Just Saying crew. We are live right here at Midtown Bar and Grill at 415 West Gray Street. Welcome to the show. My. We got lots to talk about. You know, I'm gonna do this just because it's the beginning of the show, and we like to do the weekend recap. But we're gonna talk about recapping these politics, okay?
We're going right into the politics.
We're
just
going
all the way. We're not even going to grease it up. We just going to jump right into the politics.
We're going to just jump right in. Did y'all do anything since Tuesday?
No, I watched the debate, so let's go to the
politics. Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not catch the debate, you were thinking you were going to go back and check it out, but it's all over social media. Everybody was talking about it or not. Or the lack thereof, okay? We thought that we were going to learn all these phenomenal things about these men where they were going with the country. That's what you're supposed to learn in a debate.
We learned a lot about them.
Work with me, not against me, gentlemen. You are supposed to learn in a debate where people are going or where their plans are for pushing the country forward, correct? Did either of you feel like you walked away with that?
At
all?
Not at all.
No.
You know, I saw several posts from you. I saw posts from myself. You know, I figured that Gabrielle Union, probably got more pictures, more likes and whatever else on her man post with her little jacket and her man shoes and her man jeans than this presidential debate guy.
No, I got a lot of work because actually I got home in the middle. But my social media was blowing up on the way home.
Mine was going off.
It was going crazy.
I am going to tell you, everybody was talking about it. They did not feel like they walked away from it with the things that they needed to move forward. I don't think anybody's decision was swayed.
Right.
Hold on 1 second. Was anybody swayed to change parties? Because that's also what a debate is for. It's to sway people.
Let me tell you this.
There's so many
Joe,
pieces of this.
I've done more in 4 years, Joe, than you've done in 47 years.
Stop!
Joe.
Wait! Stop! He's lying. He's a liar. No, I don't know if you were going to ever sway anybody. And I've never known a presidential debate in any time to sway a Democrat to go, you know what, screw this. I'm going Republican. Or Republican to go, you know what, screw this. Like, I think it's the people in the middle that they're trying to win over. I think it's they want to express more clearly why what their views and what they're going to do. I don't think either of those things happened, right? I think they did more losing people than anything else.
To me, the debate is the pre-show for after the debate because you have people on the Republican side, people on the Democratic side that could sit there and argue about the points that a person did or did not make because that's what happened.
Made a point.
Well, I mean, yeah, they tried to say that they did.
Okay, so let's talk about their individual performances.
Individual.
Let's say this. How do we feel, like if you were the coach, how do you feel Trump performed? Because I said on Tuesday that this was going to be a show.
Can I say this?
This was a show.
If I was a Republican Party coach, I'd give him an A+.
Absolutely.
Because he did what he was supposed to do. He
talked over him, didn't let him get any points out.
Exactly. He did not let him get anything to have any intelligent conversation back and forth. He spurred on the people because a lot of people that like Trump like him because he's a bully. Like, okay, he bully him, he'll bully for the country. And he did that, and then he didn't denounce white supremacy, which was perfect for that side.
Oh, they couldn't even get him to say it.
No.
So he would not say white supremacy group.
He didn't make any intelligent points. He did exactly what they wanted him to do. You get made a plus for that. There's times as a coach when you want to run through your plays and run your stuff, and then sometimes when I just want to jump on the guy and just give me some easy buckets, right? I know you're not good enough to dribble, so I'm just gonna jump on you and get the steal easy buckets.
Or basically, when I was a football coach, you have those moments in the game where you just let your star player take over.
Let him do it. Okay, so let's talk about Biden. I'm going to say, from my point of view, in regards to Biden, he did a little bit better than I expected. At least he did talk. Right. I kind of thought he was going to fall into his mode of the smiles and winks and grins, but I am glad that he was able, to talk, and he was standing up for himself, all of that kind of stuff. So I was kind of happy to see that piece. if you will.
Here's the other thing, and you're right. I mean, I guess what I expected Biden to do, he did better than what I expected as far as that goes. Like you said, I was expecting him to come in and be like Weekend at Bernie, somebody propping him up. But I will say the only part that disappointed me in the Biden thing, the part that disappointed me was when they were simply talking about the African American agenda, the black agenda, and what he's going to do. All he did was talk about what Trump didn't do, or who Trump is, versus saying what he was going to do,
or what his plans were.
Well, I mean, basically all he did was he played into Trump's hand by doing that. And there were things that he should have said. I think I made a post about that. There were things that he should have said that would made Trump look as silly as he already does, but he just didn't do it. So even though he gave a good effort, he fell flat a lot of times. A lot.
I give him credit for this though. He was more presidential than me in some situations, because if you bring up my dead kids issues and
when he went there,
problems,
he was attacking. That was real serious. Your family might definitely get into it.
Yeah.
Let's just get it on.
And let's talk about the moderator here for a minute, because I mean, he lost from the moment he opened his mouth. He lost control. He had no control from the time he opened his mouth.
But did not everybody see that coming? Everybody saw that coming. Everybody knew it was going to happen.
Mr. President, I'm going to ask. Mr. President, I'm going to ask. No, Mr. President, shut up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this: if you were looking for quantifiable facts, what was going to move forward, how the country was going to be ran under in either of these gentlemen, I don't think that we got that. Did we get more of the same in regards to the lies, because there was definitely a lot going on. There were facts being called out. They were definitely not true.
Like $100 trillion.
Or when he started stuttering over the $1 billion, it never got to the point.
I think Biden had some key points. It's just that he got caught up in he said, she said, and arguing back and forth that he couldn't elaborate on those points. So it all got lost in the shuffle.
I posted this. I talked about it with Miles just briefly on social media, and I was like, but how do you argue, with an idiot? You can't. It takes an idiot to argue with an idiot. A fool, it's very hard to argue with them. It's kind of dumb on your part. But when you're put in a situation where you have to, this was a debate. He had to make some type of comment.
I think you just dropping.
But he looked very frustrated. He looked very frustrated. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the I'm Just Saying morning show right here on The Edge. We are at 415 West Gray. We would love for you to come and be a part of our studio audience. We don't have a guest today, but we've got some more topics. And make sure you stick around for Tamil's touchy subjects at the end of the show.
We've been out of control since we got hit back in March 2020. Mortality rates keep climbing. Infection rates go up and down and then back up again. How long will this go on? No clear answer. Will a vaccine even be effective as this virus continues to spread and to mutate? No clear answers there either. I'm a trained nutritionist, herbologist, personal trainer, behavior modification and stress sciences expert. I'm also a COVID-19 and pneumonia survivor. I've watched the continuous wall-to-wall news coverage, and while yes, wearing a mask and social distancing are crucial now, you're not being given important tools that you need in order to fortify your first line of defense, your best line of defense, which is your own immune system. What's going on here? There are simple, affordable, and natural ways to help build your immune system to fight any virus or bacteria now, and it starts inside of you. That's why I need to invite you to join me for Beyond the Mask, an intimate talk about vital ways to immediately begin boosting your immune system. Are you worried about the potentials of a second wave? Are you concerned now that your immune system may not be strong enough? Let me show you now the changes that will allow you to optimize it. Let me show you how to maximize your exercise benefits in a 12-minute routine that you'll do every other day to easily increase your metabolism, strengthen your respiratory and immune systems, and give you better circulation throughout your body. Listen, sugar feeds both bacteria and viruses. Let me show you ways to kick that sugar addiction now and to get some weight off. Let me share with you keys to better nutrition that boosts your immune system. We are all under too much stress, and stress weakens your immune system. It single-handedly leaves you vulnerable to all kinds of health issues and infections because stress reduces your immune cell numbers and their ability to function. Let me show you tools that you'll easily integrate into your daily life now to naturally reduce your stress cortisol response. I also want you to know about some nutritional supplements that have been shown to naturally improve your immune system and your overall health. Since January, there have been over 700 studies released worldwide on the relationship between COVID-19 and vitamin D3 deficiency. You need to know why. You want to improve your own immune defenses now? Want to take back your control? Sign up today for Beyond the Mask and join me as I give you information and tools to easily get you back on track towards a healthier overall immune system now.
Yo, welcome back. Thursday morning, we in it. I'm just saying with the crew, and we finally have our fourth leg over there.
Hey,
What is
Charlie.
up, Charlie? How are you, lady?
I am great.
You sure?
I am great.
Good.
She said that dry.
Loving the hat over
No
here.
Tony Tiger in there or nothing.
Oh,
It's
baby,
all
it
kinda
is
great.
fall.
It
Fall
is.
come through,
It
baby. I
is
got on
fall.
boots and everything.
The 1st of
Long
October.
sleeves,
Yes,
you
it
know.
is.
It is.
Hallelujah. October is here. Y'all know I'm a Libra. Let's just get that out the way right now. It's about to get real crazy this month. It's about to get real crazy this month.
Oh, Lord.
It's okay. It's all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before the break, we were talking about the presidential debate. We're going to give Charlie an opportunity to tell us what she thought about this. Snap it up real quick, girl, because I
don't
know you got it in there. You don't think about it. You wash it away.
I am so frustrated with the time that was taken from regular scheduled programs for Americans. Like, our TV has become like a real thing for us this year. And if we had to sit and watch that, I would rather watch The Office all over again. And it's not a thing. It's not like a bad thing, but you know, The Office is kind of lengthy. And I would have rather sat through that and been poked by a pin than have to watch these presidents go back and forth like some children. Like,
what do you think's gonna happen with this vice presidential debate next week, though?
I'm
we're gonna actually get what we should have gotten during the presidential debate.
And what is that? 'Cause here's the deal.
Maybe a few more policies.
You think so? Because here's the deal. Pence can't overtalk Kamala. Like, that just ain't gonna happen.
That's why I said we're gonna get something, because she's gonna give us what we want to hear.
Which is what?
Something. Other than like
Do we have
low
any
blows.
facts? Do we have
I don't
plans?
even
Do
think
we
we
have
want to hear.
Policy.
I don't know. Here's why I say I don't think you won't get policy. That's why I think you won't get policy.
From Kamala?
The Democratic, I think she can get policy. It's not a knock to Kamala. I think the Democratic Party doesn't want policy. Democratic Party just wants to, if you watch the conventions, every ad they've ever run, it's just been get him out of office. And that's all they're running on.
But neither one of them want, I mean, the Republican Party doesn't really want policy either. They just want to preserve.
No, I agree with you.
It's preservation versus.
Right, and Democratic Party is running on get him out of office. And that's, I think if they feel like if they get too much white papers, too many policies, they're going to lose people in the viewership. So I think they just all want to get them out of office.
You know what? One thing I will say that this presidency has done, or at least that debate did, I had a conversation with some very conservative, very Southern white men yesterday. And they're like, you know what? I'm just voting libertarian. Like, they're like, I can't even be a Republican at this point. They're like,
no, they've lost a lot of people too.
Yeah, and it's at this point, it's like, what can I give up? They were even sitting there because they own businesses and they work with a lot of politicians, especially like local ones. And they're like, you know what? At this point, I'll take a little higher tax because I don't know. But then at the end of the day,
which a lot of us that are middle class, have already fallen into higher tax brackets and this, that, and the other. So stop letting people lie to you. Let's just say that.
Yep.
Look,
Yep.
even though you make more money or you're getting those little extra checks in, we are very much getting played on the back end.
Yep.
You will be paying that money back that you got as far as a stimulus check. So just keep those things in mind when you go to the polls.
Yep.
Again, like we talked about on Tuesday, make sure that you hold people accountable and
Yes.
that people are following those same things. We talked about sex trafficking. Sam Harless sends stuff out about that all the time, who is trying to stop it here in Houston. So just look at those different people that have those goals, those same things that you are trying to get across in mind, so that they can push it up the chain, because right now we don't really have a leg to stand on in regards to
Because basically Tuesday, all we got out of it was two kids that were arguing over who took the last thing of applesauce.
exactly.
Literally.
It was
So
mine.
if
No,
the
it was
presidents
yours.
don't
It was
kill us,
mine.
COVID will. Let's move on to our discussion of
Oh
COVID.
man, COVID.
Everybody
this
is out here
hilarious.
acting
This
like
is-
COVID is gone. Let me tell you, there are several places. We're going to talk about this. Y'all give us some details in regards to these COVID cases in these different places that are now having a resurgence, if you will, of cases. I think one of them was like Wyoming. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I didn't know y'all came outside anyway. Like,
I thought y'all were automatically social distance
No,
from
no.
each
no,
other.
it's
They
the
live
complete
Stop it.
opposite. They're outside all the time.
Stop it.
It is the complete opposite. I just was being funny,
I
but
love Wyoming. I'm supposed to go back last summer. I'm going back next summer though.
okay.
I go to Wyoming every summer.
If you guys are watching us in Wyoming, nothing personal. I really just thought y'all were already social distance.
No. They spend a lot of time outside. Like they love being outside. It's an outdoor state.
All right. So tell us a little bit about these other things. What
Let me
did
tell
you
you what.
say? Italy.
The
and-
biggest one that I saw locally was the Titans and the Vikings.
Oh,
So Titans and Vikings played a game Sunday against each
Oh,
other.
yeah,
And
that
then
was
on Monday, both teams had an outbreak of coronavirus, of
Mhm.
COVID. They postponed their games for this week. They were going to postpone it from Sunday to Monday, but they totally postponed it to a later date.
Yeah.
Nobody's practicing in the facilities for the Titans and the Vikings.
Right.
So let you know somebody had it out there on that field and it spread.
Well,
really
what
quick.
what happened was they said that it was eight players and it was 5 actual personnel, and 5 of the 8 players were asymptomatic, so they were walking around like nothing was wrong.
But I'm saying somebody had to get it and pass it, right?
Yes, I'm
And-
saying,
and-
but of the 5 that actually were tested
Right.
positive, they were walking around with no symptoms,
symptoms.
which is I feel is the biggest problem.
That is the scariest part of this
Yeah.
thing. People
Yeah.
can be right next to you. Like, we're fairly close here right now, but we, again, are trusting each other that when we're out there, we're doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing, but we don't know. But we all look healthy, but we may very well be carriers. And that's what everybody out there needs to remember as well. You may not be showing any symptoms until it's too late and somebody next to you fell out.
Right.
Yeah. No,
You know?
it's that crazy. I actually got a few calls this week of some people who got COVID. And I'm like, how did y'all get COVID? Y'all really haven't gone anywhere. And they're like, I went to the grocery store. And I was
Yeah, like I took a chance. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
you did? What?
You took it. What?
I
Yeah.
go to the grocery store all the time. I wear my mask, but
But it's crazy to see these numbers fluctuate. So they were saying as of this morning, no, as of last night, 42,000 new cases in the past 24 hours. In the U.S.
my
alone.
goodness, y'all got the heebie-jeebies.
And the CDC, I don't know if you guys saw last week, the CDC said that they are projected by the end of October to have 22,000 new deaths in the U.S. from COVID alone because of the holiday season.
All right, I'm just saying, crew, holidays are coming. What do y'all feel are solutions for some of this? Do we need to be back on lockdown? Do we? What? I mean,
I
Please.
miss it.
please.
I kind of miss.
I miss
lockdown.
it so much.
I was like, I kind
Please.
of do miss lockdown. I'm not gonna lie to you, like it really wasn't that bad. Like
My lockdown was not that
Oh,
bad, but
gosh.
now that I have been able to kind of trickle out to a couple of places, I realized I missed people and things.
yeah,
More.
I got my fix. I'm good.
I got my fix. I'm good.
think
If
the-
it's gonna kill us, I would prefer to go back in before it's too late. Stop it. Even with where is this that was about to do the 100% reopen because they thought they were good, and then all of a sudden, boom, here it comes. As soon as they approve the 100%, I can't remember.
yeah, I
but
can't remember.
whatever it was, y'all be careful out there. Even
But
if they
what
tell
city
you
is that
it's
in
okay,
Florida?
If they tell you it's okay, it's not okay, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's
They just
not.
want your money.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the biggest problem that we have. There's so many people that are not taking the right precautions. And, when we go out, and we want to practice, or the restaurants or establishments want to practice social distancing, but you literally have people who are showing up without masks. Or for example, when we went to your birthday party, they were giving out
to throw
masks.
Miles under the bus.
No, not Miles at all. They were giving out masks before you entered. They were giving them out. And I mean, as soon as they walked in the door, masks come right off. Okay,
Mask
so
off,
yeah.
The future, what you expect?
No, seriously.
So are people going to be? So let's go back to the holiday discussion. Just because the holidays are coming. Yeah. Also, before we even get to the holidays, let's talk about Halloween and how many cities have shut Halloween down. You are not to be going door to door. Okay.
Well, you know what's funny? Because California actually said that you could go door to door, and then
but
like
a few
days
later,
you get to leave. It was like, what? So
somebody's just gonna dump the bowl, and it's gonna be over.
Weird.
Halloween will be nothing. You already have masks on. And so I was kind of like, this is kind of crazy. Your face is already covered.
I can't wait to see these Halloween masks.
So now everybody's going to have these masks. And I think that people are still going to go out half nude and going to parties and whatever else because they cannot resist. Yeah. They cannot resist. So next we have Thanksgiving. Families normally get together. This is when all of your households mix. The college kids come back. The grandparents are there. How do we handle these situations?
Leave your kids at school.
So like normally all my family
gets
together.
Good one.
You say?
Leave your kids at school.
The schools are not allowing it. Because like this year, I realized that when they come up for Thanksgiving, they're not going back for Christmas. So like Thanksgiving's in the semester for these kids this year. So I know in my house, normally we all get together at my sister's house for Thanksgiving and my aunt's house for Christmas, but this year we're not getting together. It's just going to be just the immediates.
Okay.
So,
so you're keeping it in the household, in that one household.
Pretty much. I mean, like, my sister's family, my sister and us, we're getting together. And then Christmas, instead of us going there, we're actually going.
So all you ladies out there who have, I don't cook, I don't clean, y'all better learn how to make that turkey.
Right?
It's easier. So do y'all have any solutions in regards to holidays?
Oh, this is real easy for me. Son, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? That's
in
it.
His house. Go ahead.
So according to Franchelle Jones, there are 2 comments. One, Franchelle says, how come other countries are done with this, but we aren't?
China's not. China has
Italy
had
is not.
Boom. Italy is not. So I think that they have been telling us that to think that we could get past it, and now they are also having more cases. So that's my answer to that one.
And then Max Wanda Jennings said the dance community took a big hit. Some people have started dance events, and nearly a whole party caught it.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Oh my goodness, that's scary.
I'm gonna dance in my.
I will say this.
Yeah, I like your dance videos actually.
In my cigar community. In my cigar community, like nobody's gotten it. I'm not saying nobody's gotten it, but
maybe the cigar smoke's killing it.
I'm telling people, man.
Seriously, no one has gotten it. I've been at the cigar.
Like we all like I don't know anybody that's. I'm pretty sure somebody has gotten it, but it has not spread throughout. And like honestly, as bad as this may sound, I didn't stop going to cigar lounges when the lockdown was happening.
Wow, you did not. You're right. We never stopped.
We never stopped, and I would go there during the day to get away from my house. And we'd be in there, and the police would come in, and everybody would like act like they were like joking with us because they'd come in and buy their cigars and leave. Fire marshals come through, buy their cigars and leave with us. We'd be in there. We never stopped. We didn't start back up when it kind of like opened up a little bit.
Sorry to the first responders that Miles just snitched on, but
hey,
it is what it is.
I said no name.
You called that right?
Little snitch.
No name.
You called that right?
Stitches.
You know what? So like honestly, we've never really stopped, and nobody's. I mean, you saw the people there at my party, at my birthday party, like.
Yeah. What one of the establishments were doing when it first broke out, they were only letting members in. That was it.
No, that's happened too. Some of them have done that as well.
Only members, and as things started to progress, they would let other people in, or they would do curbside.
Okay. Right.
But like you said, Miles, they never really.
And now
stopped.
They never stopped. Like you can't, in the cigar lounges, you can't. You're not smoking, you have to have a mask on. So like if you're in the humidor, you walking around, you're supposed to have your mask on. But you sitting out smoking, it's whatever. And a lot of places had you where you had the social distance. All of them didn't. So I mean, I don't know. I think the cigar
community, maybe they're safe. Maybe they're more mentally conscious. I would think cigar smokers are mentally conscious.
Well, every time I go to cigar police catch me.
Oh, help us, Jesus. Okay, so everybody, you know, on Thursdays, we like to do a little Did You Know with Miss Tennille, and I try to teach you something, right? So I'm going to change up what I'm going to teach you because, you know, we do a lot of relationship topics on here, right?
Oh, goodness.
So I was going to talk about some relationship stuff, but I'm just going to say this because I know that we're probably running into the end of this segment. So I'm just going to do something quick. And what I'm going to tell America right now is that we do not need a campaign to buy black. You don't have to wait for somebody to register you and tell you that you need to spend your dollars with your cousins, sisters, brothers, and come on now.
Say the people in the back.
I agree with you 1,000%, but a little reminder doesn't hurt though.
This is your reminder right here. You're getting it right here, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to just kind of run down because we've got, you know, some guests coming up next week that I kind of want you to go over there and go shop at the Black Store. We will be live from the Black Store on next week. Okay, Miles?
Miles was like,
he like, what? Exactly. This is a surprise for them. We're going to go over to the Black Store. It's a beauty supply store. And we're going to go over there. We're going to be live. We're going to be live, okay, from the store, okay? But that's one store that you need to shop at. Then we're also going to say if you are looking for urban travel, Urban Events Global is still very much having their camping events. You can be social distance. They've been to Aruba this year. They've been to Barbados, all these different places. So please, and they do payment plans. So don't say you can't go nowhere. They're figuring it out. And we're going to talk to Mr. Kevin Knight about that as well, you know. So I got some big plans. Y'all make sure y'all keep doing this. There was one other thing. Oh, Pie Burns. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a black-owned grocery store right over off of Scott Street. If you decide that you need to go and purchase some groceries or, you know, some little trinkets, some meat, I go to the meat market there. They've got some good stuff and some good prices. So support them over there. Even if you need a little lunch, you know, they've got hot food must go, you know.
I like that. So you know what? You should go at a grocery store, especially for the women who don't know how to cook. Go buy at a black grocery store because you might find somebody's big mama in there and she might throw a recipe your way.
No, real talk.
And it might help you out for the holidays.
So they already have like the seasoned
some easy things.
Stuff.
Easy things.
For $3.50. Sometimes you got the stuff.
Chicken wings. They got the stuffed chicken wings and all of that. All you have to do is pop it in the oven.
Stuffed turkey wings.
Oh, wait a minute. No, those boudin, that seafood boudin is spicy and good. Oh, Jesus.
See who didn't eat breakfast.
Yeah. Look. Your girl been coming over there for a while. I think it's time for me to call
Miles, I'm going to take you to this spot over by my way. Off the chain.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I'm just going to do that real quick. I know I could have got real messy with the other subject, but this can also get messy if you are not supporting those around you. Because if you don't support the people that are around you, eventually they're going to have their hand out and they're going to be asking for your ducats. So you just remember that. And this is I'm Just Saying, and we'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio. Because truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
All right, y'all, and we are back. It's us, it's the crew. Yeah, welcome back. It's the crew. It's the I'm Just Saying Live crew. We are here at Midtown Bar and Grill, 415 West Gray. I got my girl.
Hey, Charlie.
I got my man.
I am Miles Anthony.
And we got the queen.
Miss Simply Tennille.
And it's your boy, I
Take
am
time to follow
Vanderbilt.
me on social media. I would love that.
She would love that, y'all.
She really would love that.
She would love that,
That'd be
y'all.
No, like literally.
She
Just
would
do
love
that.
that.
Follow me too. I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Go ahead.
That's how I feel.
We'll make sure that we give everybody gets out their social media handles before the show is over with, so we can make sure our friends with Benny's follow us.
We've got a friend with Benny.
Yes,
today.
we do. We have a friend with Benny in the audience. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Miss Zenobia is out there in the crowd.
She's sitting there like, who me?
Like,
Yes, you.
Her shirt says it. Chill.
So you're gonna be the first to get the official Friends with Benny's T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
You're the first.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
you're the
that.
first.
Thank you so much.
You are the first.
Speaking of crowds, though, you know I got right in the sports, man.
Let's do it. Oh, let's do it.
So let's go. Let's jump into it since it happened last night.
Let's do it.
Go right into it.
Go into it.
Miami Heat, LA Lakers, NBA Finals.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask your pick before this, but does it change your pick at all? What happened last night? Because Miami definitely didn't show up last night.
No, it don't change my pick. Heat
What
in
was your pick
6.
first? You think the Heat still gonna win?
I'm diehard Heat fan. It don't matter.
Okay, that's just
Heat
your
in
heart.
6.
I don't know.
Heat
That
in
look
6.
in
What does
LeBron's
What does
eye.
your brain say? I know your
When
brain.
LeBron was sitting on the ground.
Get that ring.
Huh?
LeBron was sitting on the ground. You know how like when somebody like is like I'm thinking
I
of
know,
a master
right?
plan. Like that should have been
He
the
was
song
just like
that was
this-
playing.
No, he was just like, yo, this little thing don't phase
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Like y'all finna get this work.
Y'all
Like,
finna
really?
get
He
this
hadn't
work.
smiled in a press
If I
conference
had-
in yet.
In my head, it was if I have to do it myself.
Y'all gonna get this
Ooh.
work.
If I got to take them all on.
That was
No,
the look.
honestly, the Heat will have to play the perfect game for 4 games in order to win. But I mean, in my heart of hearts, I mean, it's LeBron's time. It's time.
I think the Lakers are.
It's time.
And he took a lot of injuries last night.
I was just about
Did
to
we?
say.
Oh,
I was about to say
man.
the Lakers look a little bit healthier and they look a little bit more together. Like last night, I felt like Miami Heat they weren't functioning
They look tired.
As a team, it was just like.
But here's the thing: this is what people
let
don't
me get
understand.
to the ball.
That about LA that's like sneaks in there. They're huge, and you get tired of going against those big old dudes night in, night out. Because think what Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, that's 3 7-footers. When your point guard is named LeBron James and he's 6'9", 280 coming full, it's like you get tired, bro. They are big, and they felt it last night.
Well, that's what all the people were saying that they're just too big for them.
I was feeling LeBron's energy last night. I was like, I don't even like LeBron, but go Lakers.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm not a Lakers fan at
right
all.
In the middle of that. Keep going.
They messed up a whole.
No, I know they just messed up my whole train of thought with that.
I needed that.
But yeah, I mean, the Lakers are too big. They have too much experience. So I say the Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. I was saying Lakers in 6. I'm going down to 5.
Lakers
it may
in 5.
possibly be a sweep, but I will always give a team one game.
Let's talk about the back end of this. What about the relief of leaving the bubble afterwards?
Oh yeah, they trying to get up out of there.
Oh my God, they trying to get up out of there.
You know what's crazy? I could have swore nobody was allowed in the bubble, but I was looking because for the ladies.
Okay.
Social media. I was actually looking at one of the players' wives, and she was making a full bubble trip.
No, so they changed it.
Yeah, they changed it, yeah.
Like a couple weeks ago, they allowed wives and kids to come.
I thought so. Okay.
After the firing?
She wasn't an official.
Oh, that's right.
No, so
this one was a wife. She was a full-blown wife.
They allowed, because the big deal was, I think it was maybe almost a month ago, they let wife and kids come. The big deal was they allowed any coaches' wives to come. So the coaches were upset. The players' wives and kids could come through and stay. Like, they let them come and stay.
Wow.
And stay there. They even asked LeBron why his kids, he was like, my kids will be bored out there.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
What are they going to do? They can go swimming, but then what else are they going to do? But a lot of people brought their wives and kids in to kind of help them. I think once they got the teams down to like 4 teams in the bubble, they allowed those teams out.
Well, I think what happened
because they had the space.
They had the space.
Yeah, and what happened is they finally paid attention to what people were saying. I mean, you have to understand, people left their entire families behind to go in this bubble, and you see the same person every day. You go to the same restaurant every day.
It's
you break you're taken out of your routine.
Like, you ever go on a retreat, like in the woods or something, and it's like fun the first 3 days.
Oh,
and after that, it's like, can I go home?
It's like a 7-day cruise.
Yeah, imagine like you're on month 3. Like not day 3, like month 3.
Right.
Like it gets.
They had to come to the realization that they were not real slaves.
Especially after, but after they spent so much time together at home, that's hard. Which I also think is interesting, and I know we're going to get back into the sports thing, but when you think about like them being at the Disney location, and then also at the same time Disney's doing this like massive layoff,
right?
That's a lot going on.
But so originally when they were having plans of the bubble before it actually happened, they were talking about letting the wife and kids come early, like from the beginning. And one of the things said if they come, they're not allowed to use any Disney attraction. So that was never like brought into the mix. But then they decided to let them come, and then they brought them in later. But yeah, so as far as Disney thing, they were never going to be allowed to have those kids go out there and get on any
and have fun. They got to walk past it to go see their dad.
Yeah,
walk past all of it.
Okay, keep going.
All right. So having said that, I gotta give a real quick shout out to the Charlo brothers they had fights this weekend. Houston's own
A-Leaf in the building.
Yeah, so I watched those fights. They did their
How did
thing.
they do?
They smacked those dudes.
Boys are bad.
Oh boy, Jamelo won with a body shot. It wasn't even a hard body. Had you seen him not to do that with a body? But it was the first time. Oh boy, like he was having convulsions.
But it's how compact he hit him.
Yeah,
that just crumbled him.
And here's the thing, and I tell people we were having this argument yesterday. Those dudes aren't even big. 150 pounds.
No, they're not at all.
I don't want no parts of any of that.
But it's the way that they train.
Their
whole team.
It takes a lot.
Yeah. So people think they can walk in the street. I can be a boxer. Don't ever do that with your
life. Please.
That's not the lifestyle you want. Just the diet alone.
You're going to be having second thoughts like, what's his name is supposed to be fighting Mike Tyson. It was supposed to be fighting.
Roger. Yeah, he
as soon as you said it, be like,
he changed his mind quick.
It wasn't me.
Right. Totally.
I was drinking that day,
Y'all won't believe what I smoked. All right, so and then this story right here is like personal to me.
Yeah.
This one's really personal. Serena Williams withdraws from the French Open due to her Achilles injury. She said, I really want to give an effort here. It's my Achilles that didn't have enough time to properly heal after the Open. I was able to get it somewhat better, but just looking long term in the tournament, will I be able to get through enough matches? For me, I don't think I could. Struggling to walk, so that's kind of a telltale sign I should try to recover. Now, just as personal to me, I've blown my left Achilles twice.
Wow.
Same one twice. First time I was a kid, but the second time, I was 31 years old. And the thing that sticks in my head was I did it playing basketball, and I played basketball 4 or 5 times a week. But for about a year and a half, whenever I get through playing basketball, the next day the back of my leg would be on fire, and I couldn't get out the bed for like hours every morning. So like I was like, all right, it's whatever. I'm getting old. I got to figure this thing out. And then one day it just pops. And one thing I learned in going through that Achilles process and recovery is it's not a muscle. You can't build it up. You can't prepare for it. When it's getting there.
What you say when it's gone, it's
you're
gone.
either going to stop playing or it's going to pop and you're going to get it redone and recover. So this one hit hard because
and the biggest thing about an Achilles injury, because I've blown mine as well, it's the mental recovery.
Oh, bro, so
any injury for an athlete is mentally just draining.
With the Achilles, I remember. So I did my 8 weeks in the cast and all that stuff, and then when I started to recover, like when I started before I even went to like rehab, the doc gave me those little bands to put on your foot to watch TV, and he was like, "Just do this all
Flex
day."
It.
I couldn't. Like I forgot. Like my leg I couldn't make my foot do this at all for like a week. Like it took me like a week to get to do this, and I remember just sitting on my couch crying because how can I not walk? Like my leg, you know what I'm saying?
And you know how what they do is they show it in slow, and nowadays they show it in slow motion. The back of your leg just literally ruptures.
Yeah.
And you go from doing whatever move you're doing to just literally falling.
You become Achilles expert.
So what do we have to say in regards to her career? And
man, I'll tell you something.
Where are we saying that this
age and attrition that set in?
She's 30,
it's in
38.
I want to first of all commend her for even being able to try. For her being able to try, like you said, is a big deal, especially when you are a higher echelon type of athlete. You have so much pressure on you, and you're known for being able to bounce back, and you pride yourself on being the woman who can have a baby and do this, do that, and then it'd be something like this.
But mental preparedness to quit a sport, also financial preparedness is a lot to think about when you have children and all of this, making sure all your stuff's set up the right way. So there's a big story even on the outside.
Yeah,
of this,
and it would have been 14 years to her actually. The first time in 14 years that she's actually been at a Grand Slam. So,
it's been a minute.
This meant a lot.
Since she what?
Had a Grand Slam.
She won a Grand?
Won a Grand Slam.
The biggest thing is,
Has it been 14?
Yeah, it's 14.
2006.
The biggest thing is, with people who are athletic or athletes, there comes a point in time where your body and your mind are just not in the same space. Your mind is telling you, "Oh, I can do this."
Yeah.
Your body is like,
it's more of a habit at this point.
We can't do this at this point.
And there's also outsiders who are pushing you toward.
Oh, absolutely. And as her being an athlete, just the thought of the next jewel, in the crown is something to go for. But your body is telling you now that it can't be done.
And let's talk about how I was just saying, preparedness to leave and this, that, and the other. Do we feel that with this comment being made that she is prepared to go? Do you think she's ready to leave the sport?
I don't think she's mentally ready yet. As a matter of fact, I was reading an article that Chris Bosh wrote for the Undefeated, and he was saying that was the hardest thing because he's looking at these basketball games and he's saying, I was that player. I could still be out here doing this. It literally took him a while for his mind.
You don't want to be the cow that they've got to lead out to the pasture, though.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be that person that they got to just take you out there, limping.
At the same time, though, you don't want to be that guy. But at the same time, you think about that, like that window to be that successful, that window to make that money. Once that door is closed,
that's it.
And that's why I'm
saying.
So,
you want to make sure you get all you can out of it, and you want to make sure you make as much money as you possibly can in it. Just the fact that she's 39 years old, bro. Like I remember when she was like a kid, like
Right.
not even professional, like a kid that was like, hey, Venus's little sister Serena is going like 39.
But that's the thing.
I'm
This
old,
is
bro.
all that
It's a
they've
long
done.
career.
This is all that they've done. They've done this all of their life. So it's hard to walk away and say, oh, I'm going to do this when you've been doing this since what, 12, 13?
I'm not playing with y'all.
No, seriously, I agree with you. It's tough.
Yeah.
But she's probably, she's definitely the greatest women's tennis player we've ever had.
Absolutely.
Probably the
Absolutely.
best tennis player, period, we've ever had.
Yeah.
And she goes up there like, and people can have their opinions and go back and forth. When I think about the greatest of all time, just athletes, period, you got like Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, like those guys. Serena's up there with them
Serena's
for me.
definitely up
She's
there.
definitely for her to do it as long as she did. She's taking time out for injury, taking time out to have kids, she's taking time out, for her sister. Like she's dropped all the way down, come all the way to the top, won multiple Grand Slams, 23 of them. It's crazy.
23 is a
crazy.
lot.
You know what's crazy?
And so that's kind of my thing. You are already phenomenal. Let that be enough. I wouldn't go into a situation where I'm just killing myself, but I know that it has to be hard to walk away from something that has been your entire life. So,
Your entire life.
we're with you, whatever decision you make. Let's say that. This is, I'm just saying, right? Okay.
Max,
So
before we
oh,
close
go
that,
ahead. You
Max
better
said
hurry.
we still have Osaka.
We have Osaka, we have Sloane
Sloane
Stephens,
Stephens, you have Coco Gauff.
we have Coco Gauff. We have a lot of them coming, and
Yeah.
due to Serena, like due to
Right.
that. Matter of fact, Sloane
and picking
Osaka,
women to fight those battles because she
Right.
has very much
No,
had
she's
battles,
fought battles
being
to get equal
one
pay
of the
for them.
onlys.
Right. And she's got an equal pay for women on that side. And on top of that, like personally for Osaka and Sloane, like she found them in camps and was like, yo, they're going to be the ones and kind of help them get the coaching they needed to be there. So no doubt, we definitely have a plenty coming, and she's definitely lead the sport better than where she found it, and nothing but the best, man.
Okay.
She's that one.
All right, well, let's do this real quick because I think that Charlie made some really great finds in regards to our movie scoop, ladies and gentlemen. These movies on here. Okay, let me just say this. Halloween is coming. You know that there are always tons and tons of Halloween movies, whether they be good or not. You got the scary, what was scary movie? Whatever. You got the goofy kind as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm
we'll talk
hoping
about
Focus.
these Halloween movies. What's your favorite of all time, if you will?
So I'm not a scary movie person. Like, I'm just not a scary movie
Let
person.
me just skip him
The
altogether.
guys that take
Halloween
themselves
movie?
too seriously. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm saying, I'm trying to think Halloween movie. Let me think. What's
Hate
my-
I asked Miles.
Right?
You know,
So does that have to be just a scary movie or an actual Halloween?
Halloween movie.
Come on, Scream.
Okay, Scream. Scream is not better.
It was
than Nightmare on
definitely
Elm
not
Street.
good. Okay, somebody else got a good one?
Nightmare on Elm Street is classic. Like, you
Oh,
can't-
now that's a classic.
That's
yes.
classic.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like Nightmare on
I was
Elm
too
Street.
young and dumb to be
Now,
scared.
we talking about movies that just
Tales from the Crypt.
no.
That wasn't a movie,
That
though,
was
but
a
I
TV
love that
show.
show, though.
Me and yeah, Psycho is a classic, but me and Michael Myers, we don't.
I've
At
never
all?
watched any Michael Myers.
No.
I've never watched any Halloween movie.
Y'all know
Okay.
what still gets me a little jumpy?
But-
I know what you did last summer.
God. She is so Austin.
Just
Anyway,
just
we're going to
when-
keep this
When
moving.
you think the age is not
I
going to
know
come into
she
your
did
show,
not say.
I know what you did
This
last
is,
summer.
we have her here for this reason, but when she
I-
makes comments like
I
that,
still
we
know
wasn't-
what you did last
let's
summer.
get on to the meat real
Guys,
quick.
first of all, I'm bad
The
with
one
titles.
I really
so.
like that she picked, let
That
me
was
say
both of
this,
them.
is we're going to skip the Halloween part and the 40-year-old version.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
I saw the trailer for this
Oh.
and it is absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
You know, I deal with this same issue a lot, still trying to make it out there in the industry, holding it down on your own with the youngsters and, finding your way. So this is definitely going to be a must-see for me. The 40-year-old version. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check it out. I'm glad that you ran across this. I'm about to ask
What
her
is
how
that?
she figured that out.
What?
Y'all need to definitely go and
Yeah,
check
I
out
wanna
the
check
link.
that out,
I may
too.
even post it later. I need to see how she found out
It's
about
the
this one.
Netflix. Netflix always releases their new stuff
Oh,
that's
and
getting
you
ready to come
go scroll
out.
through the list.
Oh,
got
I sure
kids.
did.
I ain't got time
Oh,
for that.
okay, yeah.
What's that about? What's that about?
Okay.
This is I'm just saying, y'all. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Carlin Charlson, Executive Director of Erase Races, and I want to take this time to invite you to an opportunity to change the world. Perhaps you're too busy and too preoccupied to help change the world, but please take the next 2 minutes to listen to how we plan to do it. The divisiveness and bitterness observed in our country today is not a coincidence of the current administration or any administration before. It is also not a product of a singular or multiple infractions by a zealous or racist police force. No, the race problem precedes the founding of our country. Our very history speaks in racial language, and most everything that happens in our society now carries with it racial baggage. It simply does not have to stay that way. The Erase Race campaign has only one objective: the unifying of all Americans, and that without regard to the color of their skin. This is a difficult challenge because of our history, but we can do it if we believe. If we believe that Martin Luther King Jr. was right when he said, "We are tied together in a single garment of destiny," we can do it. We can do it if we believe the founding principles upon which our country was built, that all men are created equal, we can do it. And if we believe that God did in fact make all nations of men from one man, and that we are all therefore part of one family, one race, then we can do it. Yes, the task is monumental, but the reward is worth the challenge. If you would like to join us as we change America and inevitably change the world, go to eraseraces.com, sign up today, and welcome to Erase Races, because there is only one race and you're in it.
Well, hello out there. Hey, my name is Dwayne Hines with Real Talk Real Estate, along with my sidekick,
Damian Hughes.
Hey, and we are the Double D's of real estate. So look, if you're out there and you've been interested in owning a home, but you've been getting run around and you don't know how the process goes, hey, dial the number on the bottom of your screen. Give us a call. Get some real talk, real solutions on all your real estate concerns. We are the Double D's of real estate.
Be sure to catch us every Wednesday on Edge Radio at 11:30 for Real Talk Real Estate. D. Hines, Damian Hughes, the Double D's.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
affect you because that's not your love language. You want them to be publicly affectionate. You want them to do all these other things, but that's not them. You're asking something of them that is not of them.
But-
What's your love language?
I don't know, but I'll say this though. The whole taking for
At least
granted
he's
thing,
honest.
Like, yeah, I mean, I've taken the test. I know what the test says, is whatever. But I say, as far as taking like the whole taking for granted thing, some people feel they are being taken for granted because they've done things for people that they love and do things people they care about, and it wasn't enough to keep the person.
So you
That
think it's a
necessarily mean-
misconception is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is this: if someone loves you and wants to be with you, it's not going to be because of the things they did. Now, if you do those things, they may enjoy them, they may appreciate them, but that won't be the reason that they stay. If you love someone for who they are, you love them because you want to be with them, at least from a guy's perspective, because I think guys love on intangibles. Women love on tangibles more than guys love on intangibles. And it's not a bad thing. I think it's the way it should be. When I say intangibles, I say tangibles for women. I'm not saying it has to be money, cars, and clothes. What I'm saying is you can list the reason why a guy's, it may be protection, it may be laughter, it may be he leads you to God. Whatever the situation is, they can list those things. Those are tangibles. You can name them. They're tangibles. Intangibles for a guy is, I don't know, man, but something about her, because if we're the pursuer, there could be 100 women in here that are beautiful, that are successful, that can cook, clean,
Did you hear what he
how to
said?
walk, whatever.
If you are a pursuer.
But if I pursue, there has to be a reason why I choose you out of the other one standing next to you. If all y'all have the exact same thing.
But that's the beginning, Miles.
Even through
You're
the
stuck
process.
in the beginning. We're talking about through the process of a relationship. There needs to be clarified terms and person grows, you need to be able to keep up. And if you're not telling me your real feelings in regards to how you feel about me spending money on you or talking to my family and friends about you, you know, like I would never think a guy had a problem with me not putting them on social media. Clearly it was an issue.
I think we all
I don't
at
do
some
that.
point
For nobody.
feel that we may be taken for granted, and that just, like you said, that comes with time. You know, if you're not on the same page together, that the other one person is going to feel that way, and that's where conversation comes in.
I think conversation from the beginning should come in. Like, the problem is a lot of the time we like to, and this is just how we live our lives within the culture, we love to have our emotions pet or have all these feelings in the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with the butterflies and things like that, but we don't have these conversations about what our standards are, what our expectations are from the get-go. And it's not so much to put pressure on the other person.
I want to say this, but does too much conversation in the beginning kind of kill the vibe?
No.
Like, I do not want to, like, I hate sitting with a homegirl and she's talking to somebody that she barely knows. I know that this is probably like their second or third date. You've introduced them to your friend, and I can hear you already saying, you know, well, do you want to do this with the rest of your life? Or, you know, what's your plans for the next 5 years? How many babies do you want to have? This, that, and that. It kills the vibe if you start going in too hard at the beginning of a relationship.
It's different having conversations about where you are, where you stand, and how you view your like things of life versus having expectations on another person. So like when you have expectations on another person to fulfill all the things that you want in your life, that's different than just saying, hey, this is where I'm at. This is how I see life. This is how I communicate love. Can you work with this? If not,
Here's
then
the
we can be
thing.
cool.
If you really love that person, if there is true love, like if it has grown or blossomed, they are going to kind of get in line with what you've already got going. Telling them, you know, y'all are going to start building things together. So that's still somebody who is very held on to who they are. You're not looking for an actual whole relationship if you're not willing to intertwine some of your stuff with them. And I'm not saying give yourself up. I'm saying allow them to be a part of it.
But that's where those conversations come in, because, for example, let's take all
That's
of
why
us.
this subject is touchy.
Let's take all of us in media. We know how rugged this is.
Mm-hmm.
We know that we always gone. We have to be at an event. We have to do this. We have to do that. If your significant
With those
other,
pretty women Miles was talking about.
yeah, I didn't say it, brother. But my thing is,
it happens.
What your significant other or your intended, they may feel like, oh, it's okay. You know, we're okay with what we have to do, and we disregard how they feel. If you don't have that conversation with that person, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I'm trying to build, then that person is gonna feel like they're being taken for granted. So the conversation has to be continual.
Max Money Jean said, hell no. She want all the dirt before y'all start
She
dating.
want all the dirt.
She say, what's your credit
Max,
score?
dude, chill.
Yeah. What's your credit score?
Y'all, thank you so much for your
All right,
comments.
Max.
And what's your credit score? Now,
Max,
I think
dude,
that the
chill.
financial piece of it
Chill, bro.
definitely has to match up.
Because
You know me.
so that goes back to my point. That's a tangible thing for you. Like that's for you. That's major in your life. So some people, that financial thing isn't as major, and you need to
Some
figure
people
that
are
out.
okay with taking setbacks. If I feel like every relationship I get in is a setback, because some people know that they make bad relationship decisions. You know what I'm saying? Some people are willing to help out a lot. I'm one of those people that helps probably too much, but once you can't get up to par, or you haven't started showing yourself approved, if you will, you got to go.
But that's why
when it comes to finances.
But that's where.
But that's why I said in the beginning, we need to stop having shallow conversations about how, yeah, we can still put the, you make me feel this way, throw the flirts in, but like you need to say, this is how I view life.
Charlie
this
wants
is
to meet
my
that conversation.
expectations.
Yeah.
Like
You should, because what's going to happen is if you don't have them, then one day it's going to pop for you, and you've never had that conversation with him, and he's going to be like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah.
Because we never talked about it in the beginning.
That's why people be like, "Oh, you changed." No, I didn't change. This is how I've been the whole time. But I focused on trying to finesse you and make all these feelings work instead of actually just being honest with, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like it or not.
But sometimes people do change.
Okay, can
And
we
their
talk
thoughts
about
change.
we talk about when we have these conversations, if we have this conversation and it's a go, and how are we in regards to moving too fast to the sexual part of the relationship? Do we have a deadline, ladies and gentlemen, or are we the 90 dayers, that hold people off 90 days?
No, I think when you put a time on anything, like you put a number on anything, you're gonna set yourself up for failure. I think you go with the flow with that situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
how it feels.
Yeah, how it feels, right?
Okay. I'm
like
with
I don't.
that.
If it's the
How about
first
you, Miss
night, first
Charlie?
week, first
Look at
month,
Charlie's
first year.
face. She got her lips pressed
I'm
already.
over all of it. Me and Jesus, I'm over all of it.
Really?
Her and
She
Jesus.
says, "Her and Jesus."
Help us, Lord.
Help us, Lord.
I think sex.
Vanderbilt, what about you?
I believe. I really feel like it's a time thing. You shouldn't put a number on it. It's a you go with the flow. It's a feeling.
Okay, so this same therapist also is saying mistakes should be allowed. Okay, we got to remember that. And don't be too negative. And remember that when you start using a lot of sarcasm with people, you're telling on yourself. You really are being negative, and you really don't like those things and actions that they're doing. So if any of y'all are out there doing that and being sarcastic with your mate all the time, just pay attention to yourself right now. If you're being sarcastic all the time, you really don't like that person very much.
That's my love language, though. Sarcasm is my way of telling you I love you. Like,
men ain't taking it like that, Charlie.
But the men that I'm attracted to and that are attracted to me, they communicate with sarcasm. Now, I'm not gonna come at you. That's a different type of sarcasm. Like, coming for you is not my thing. Now, if I'm coming for you, then it probably shouldn't be a thing.
But is sarcasm not kind of coming for you?
Not always.
It's
Not
humor.
always.
It's intelligent humor.
Okay.
There's a difference
Good humor.
between sarcasm and actually coming at or attacking a person.
Yeah. I don't do that.
Okay.
I love
you don't do no attacking.
I try not to attack.
Okay. All right. Okay, so what do we have to say about the clingy person, the one who changes from the fun, free, spirited, whatever, you decide to be in a relationship, and then you cling on.
Oh, they stress.
You got the
me
cling-ons out there. You know.
The clinger.
Those are very stressful
Max
situations.
said there's no such thing as too fast. I assume she was talking about sex.
Okay,
They were
day
talking about
one.
sex.
She said she on day
Max.
one. If she feeling it, she gonna get it. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. A lot of marriages are being off day one sex situations.
Okay, day
so.
one.
Hey, day one sex.
Okay, so back to the clingy. Let's back to the clingy. How do you deal with clingy situations?
I don't.
You do not. That's something that's a no go for you. Whoop, gotcha.
Clingy is I don't like clingy at all. I think there's a fine line when you get in a relationship. Like when you're in a relationship, there's a fine line between wanting to spend time and being clingy.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's different for everybody. So what's clingy for me
like
might be
lot
different
of
clingy
attention.
for
You're
you.
Right.
So
you don't have to go everywhere with me.
I don't have to spend every waking free moment with you next to you.
Like you said, there's a fine line between spending time with a person and being attached or affectionate with a person to just downright being all over them all the time. Because I'm like this. I like to get up and go. I see you.
So is this something that we have a conversation about and hope that it gets better?
Yeah,
or is this something when you realize that character trait in somebody,
So
you got to cut them loose?
So I'd be like, I'm hard with this one. This is where I'm really bad at.
Okay.
Because I have a bad habit of not wanting to hurt your feelings. I have a bad habit of not wanting you to not be who you are.
Oh.
So,
right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to change who you are and then you're not comfortable being you around me. So it's tough because you want to say, all right, this is a little too much, but I don't want you to not have that
But
feeling.
are you really changing them when you have that conversation with them?
But here's the deal, though. Then people don't feel like they got to walk on eggshells with you.
Yeah, and you don't want
and
that.
you don't want that person to feel like they got to be on eggshells with how to be around you.
But I think that's where, like, Charlie has been saying, that's where those conversations come in.
In the beginning.
In the beginning. And even not only in the beginning, but continually. Because I don't want you to walk on eggshells either. I just want you to understand that we're two different people when it comes to that specific area. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. I just need you to know that, hey, look, when I want to go, I want to go. And there's times where I want to just sit down and Netflix and chill.
Right. But here's the deal. This is what happens. So, like, when your natural instincts, let's say you're just chilling by yourself watching the game on a Sunday, right? And their natural instincts has been to come sit next to you and kick it with you. Now we've had that conversation. They don't know if this is the time to come sit next to you. They don't know when. Yeah, like when is the right time to not be too much. And that's the thing. It takes a while for you to calibrate that as a relationship.
Right.
And for me, I'd much rather work on the calibration than to say, hey, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes really hard to like let that person freely be them.
Or a lot of times with men, let me say this, with men, it's never the at home part that gives you a problem. Is when they get out and they feel a little intimidated. They have not admitted it, but we are around a lot of people all the time. They feel a little intimidated, and all of a sudden here comes full on PDA, and they're trying to hold your hand and they want to kiss you and they want to slap you on the butt and all of this. Don't disrespect me in public, because a lot of times I am by myself and I don't want people to think that when I'm alone that you can be doing those same things, because they don't know our relationship. They don't know, who that guy was to me per se. And then they think they can come do the same thing because I allow that.
But that's why, and especially for us in media, you introduce that person.
I was just
to
about
your
to
world.
ask.
You introduce that person so they won't.
You may not be ready for that.
Well, that's true.
But
I think you have to find times to give them a little taste of, to see how they can handle it and see if they're ready, like to see how it mixes. Because you have to figure that part out. You see how it mixes. Because I understand what you're saying. Well, some guys will be intimidated by the environment and they want to get a little more. Hey, this is my girl to the world. Yeah. With women, it doesn't really happen like that as much with me. What I've seen is that may happen a little bit, but women are a little more subtle with it. But they will make sarcastic comments about it later on in the relationship.
Such and such show was looking good in that.
Yeah, so you don't mean to tell me that you don't like none of those girls that be at the thing, and like, you know what I'm saying? They'll mention those, so that comes out in different ways.
Okay, well, Steve Harvey actually went through this. It was a show that he did. And he said that Marjorie came to the realization that, okay, he's Steve Harvey. This is his world. This is what he goes through. But he comes home. So your significant other, your mate, has to be comfortable with what you're doing. Now, of course, I'm not saying be disrespectful. Of course.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but if you introduce that person to your world and say, hey, look, yes, I'm going to be taking pictures. I'm going to use Charlie, for example. Yes, I'm taking pictures with Charlie. When you look up, when you see me, you're going to see Charlie. Yeah. So now it's expected of her, okay, where I see him, I'm going to see Charlie, or I'm going to see Tennille, I'm going to see whoever. But you come home to that person and you still give them that security in the time that they need, or you have to make sure you introduce them to that world so they won't be uncomfortable when that time comes.
Yep.
And that spills into social media as well. They have to understand that you have to, like, I can't just be an ass to everybody on social media who says something. Like, sometimes I kind of have to finesse the situation a little more. It's not being disrespectful. You just got to finesse a little more. You got to give the nose a different kind of way.
Let's talk about jumping to conclusions. Every girlfriend done said, you calling me a hoe, type thing.
Yeah.
When it gets to that point where You jumping to conclusions about everything that this man or woman says. Also, time to walk away. Like, if you feel like every time they say something to you, it's a problem, you're probably doing something. That's all I got to say. If you're always jumping to conclusion, that means you probably got it in the dirt. Let's just say that.
I kind of went through this, a couple of weeks ago. I actually went to a business meeting, and I didn't get to tell the person that I was going. I literally was on the go all day.
So you got called a hoe?
No, I know they text me, hey, where are you? Hey, I'm at this function with such and such. I'm gonna talk to you later. Well, they were calling me, and I'm actually in the meeting, in the presentation, and then the next thing you know, when I looked up again, it was 5 hours had been passed. Soon I get in the car, I'm like, hey, sorry, I got tired of this, that, and the third. I'm gonna call you when I get home. When I got home, I sat down, got situated. You should see the text message I got. Oh, okay. Oh, Vanderbilt. All right. This how we rolling, huh?
Why you sound like Denzel Washington doing that?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
But she jumped to conclusion. I'm like, look, this is a part of what I do.
That came from not prioritizing your partner. That's another one on the list.
Oh.
Prioritize your partner. You knew you was going to that event. You should have told her.
Honestly, I didn't
told
know.
her that you were going to that event prior to
Honestly,
the event,
I
so she
did
wouldn't be looking for you. So let's talk about that for
Or
a
made
little bit.
Let's
arrangements
talk
to
about
make
that
up
when we
for the
come
time
back.
lost.
Yo, hold on to that one, yo. Let me take this break. We're gonna finish up with prioritizing our partners. So look, check in the Edge Radio TV network, all that stuff live.
Post your comments live.
Post your comments. We on here going big. All our social media. Hey Charlie with a Y. With an IY. I am Vanderbilt, simply Tennille 365, and I am Miles Anthony with a Y. Yeah, we'll come back and talk about prioritizing our partners. You want to prioritize them? Can't say.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
This is former Rocket Robert Reed.
This is Mel Jewell of Athletes United.
And we want to talk to you of our new program and podcast. We're talking about former athletes who are doing a lot of things in the community.
Various athletes in various sports. Swimming, track, soccer, football, baseball, you name it.
Former and current athletes here in the greater Houston area.
All promoting wellness, health. All promoting that which makes us all better.
Of Edge Radio, truth still matters.
Hey everybody, we are back. And before the break, we were talking about relationships and some of the touchy subjects that are involved in relationships. We just finished or just started talking about prioritizing your partner. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how important is this to relationships? Very. Oh my God. If you are not one of those people who takes out time to call your partner, tell them what you got going on, this, that, and the other, don't feel like you're checking in. They just want to be in the know.
They just want to know you're alive.
Right? She said, just know that you're alive.
No, seriously, like some people just want to know you're alive.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's COVID-19. You can get away with a lot. But when it's time for us to hang out, I'm going to need that cell phone down. I'm going to need you to be here talking and doing what you need to do.
Is it that easy though?
It is. It's that easy though. It really is.
Look
at her face. She's like, oh no.
It's an adjustment.
Put your phones in the middle of the table. It is.
It's an adjustment.
On the weekends, I completely tap out sometimes. I mean, my phone can be in who's it's, what's it's galore. I know it's bad, but you have to make and decide for yourself what's important to you. If that date is important to you, everything in here is not important. What's in front of you is important. That is part of prioritizing the people that you're with. You know, they have to feel special during that time so that they don't give you troubles when you're out where they can't see you.
Right, and that goes with this comment right here. Max Money Jean says, I'm assuming they might not be doing something. Some people are just mad and insecure. Well, I look at it as the only reason that a person is insecure is if you give them a reason to be.
Oh, that's so not true.
Oh, wow.
That's so not true. Some people come into a relationship with their own insecurities, bro.
Now, I agree with you on that, but I'm talking about in regards to this. You make a person insecure by your actions and how you're treating them and what it is that you're doing.
All right.
I agree with you 150% on that.
Can I say this? Nobody can make me love myself less. Nobody can make me love myself more. Nobody will. I know. I'm speaking on Miles. I'm speaking on Miles right now. No one's actions can make me insecure. If I feel, and it's because as a guy, this is the way I feel as a guy. Women and guys move differently. Sometimes guys do stuff just because they do stuff. Women, most time, if they're in a relationship, are 100. That's just the way they are.
I know some women that
so I say most times. So my thing is this: if a woman is moving to do other things, it's normally because either you're not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing, or you aren't just the one for her. And I'm good with either one of those. So my energy doesn't go toward what she's doing; it goes toward what I can do. And if it still doesn't work, then it's been real. I'm glad we gave this experiment a try.
But there are people in general who are jumping into these relationships and situationships, if you will, and they're not ready. They half the time don't love themselves and haven't realized it. They think that they have this high level of self-esteem until one little instance happens and
it brings back old stuff, right?
And it brings up all of this stuff. So you have to know who you are, what you're going after, and you need to be ready to accept that if it does come into your life. And some people are not. And you need to listen to them when they tell you, I'm not ready to be in a full-fledged relationship. Stop hanging around every day. That means this girl got something else to do.
Yeah. But going back to your point, though, Vandy, I wasn't saying it to dispute your point.
No,
I was saying, don't let anybody put you in that position. You should love yourself and understand, like, if red flags are real as all get out. If these people's actions don't match your intentions or don't match your wants, just move on, bro.
Because
if you
the
have
red flags are already there.
Let's say, because if you've been kicking it with a guy and he still hasn't invited you to his place, or maybe he's invited you to his place, but it's only at nighttime. You haven't met his kids, you haven't whatever else. All those signs are there. Boo, you not the one. You aren't, even if it grows to that, maybe later, he's not ready. He is not ready to include you in that space. And if you're looking for something more than that, have your little conversation and be willing to take the answer and move or stay. You can deal with it or you can leave. Period. So there is what you say. Come through.
That was a good one. That was a word. Sis. It was a word.
Okay, so since we are limited on time, I'm gonna pick one. Remember that you teach people how to treat you. So here we are with those conversations, okay?
There we go.
Y'all know I'm good at this. You teach people how to treat you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this every Sunday. Okay? I'm one of those. I put myself on a schedule so that I can prioritize my partner if I need to, okay? But that's just me. Everybody's not good with doing that. I'm going to give you the pieces of the puzzle to make me happy. Everybody doesn't do that. You know, if I want to be in a relationship with you, I'm going to do that. I know what makes me happy. I know when you need to step away and give me my time. But I also know when, you know, it's our time. Yeah. You got a space in there. Remember that you are teaching these people how to treat you.
Time out.
Don't let them. Don't let them come over you.
Did you say, yo, I got a life, but we can be in a relationship on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 3 and 6?
Basically, if that's what I want to do, you're teaching them. This is a training period.
But isn't it like,
it's a training.
What if he says, all right, that's cool.
This Tuesday I want to do
I only got Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5 for you.
Well, we ain't no fit.
That's that conversation I was talking about in the beginning.
We ain't no fit.
Wow.
This is my life.
Relationship has become a whole business
Tuesdays,
transaction.
I like to be up here with the guys talking trash on I'm Just Saying.
I got you.
You can't have me Tuesday morning. But if
no,
you
that's
say
fair. That's
I plan something special, I'd like you to come, blah, blah, blah. I'm open to that. I can do whatever.
She can do a show live. You can just we'll just meet up and do a show from
wherever.
You see
the vegan food truck. You get you a little vegan pizza and whatever.
Yeah, I need to go back.
So again, you know, you have to know who you are and what you want. Like I said, I'm very much one of those people who believes that if you start letting people run over you, if you start letting people do all these other things and take you outside of who you are, you very much are going to be that person, whether you want to be or not, because you allowed it to happen.
Cool.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, you're absolutely right, though. And in teaching that person, you're bringing them into your world, which therefore will make them
either they can hang or they can't.
Hang or they can't.
Right. Speaking of hanging on dates, you ever been to the State Fair on a date?
Right.
You ever been to the State?
I haven't.
Great
You never been to the State Fair on a date?
No.
I have definitely been.
Are you gonna try to go this year?
State Fair on a date.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
You can. You can. And y'all gonna spend a lot of time together.
In your car.
In your car.
Right next to each other, getting that PDA.
What? But this is my thing.
Hold on. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, this year the Texas State Fair has decided that they will do food drive-through. It's going to be a drive-through. So Tex is going to let you drive
through. Check it out. Imagine this. Food drive-through. Imagine going to get your turkey legs, your whatever, and then going to the drive-through movie.
Oh, that might be a day.
With alcohol in tow.
Right, but for
with
those,
alcohol in tow and cigars for me.
But for those people who like the State Fair experience,
is just go to the people in Grambling.
2022 is their year. This is a hell of a day.
Come on, Charlie.
If you know how to switch this up.
Fix this for us, Charlie. Please fix this.
If you know how to make this in tank, like this could be a heck of a date if you do it right.
Look, this actually, I'm on both ends, right? Because I like the experience of like walking in, and as soon as you walk in, there's this big boot, and there's all all these different things, and it's like the smell of the cattle, but then it's like funnel cakes, and I'm like, where's the turkey leg? Where's my drink? Like those are like all the experiences, but I do like the convenience of being in my car.
Drive up and
if they're still doing these concerts from the car,
how are they going to do the concert?
I don't know, but this is just in my brain. That was the best. That was also the best part to me of the State Fair. Yeah, the food.
No, the experience
the free concerts
for me was being able to run into people. You know, I'm from Dallas, so people that I have not seen for years show up to the State Fair, if nothing else. So we're going to the football game. We're eating the food. We're enjoying the rides, if you will, until I got older and started getting weird about heights. But it's fun.
You miss the
camaraderie. You get to hear the band. They come marching.
Oh, the band.
That was a good experience for my kids because they don't get to see marching bands all the time right up close.
No, I agree with
you. And the instruments.
Now, if this is permanent, it's a problem.
Oh God.
1 year,
it's not gonna work.
Well, as long as we don't compromise the turkey leg, it's gonna be okay.
Are they still doing the animals? This is also a fair, if you will. They have animals. There's an animal show that goes on for this.
FFA is taking
showing rodeo.
What you say?
What she say?
Not she. What he say?
What did you say?
I have not had a turkey leg from the fair.
Get off the
On that note, we can call this a day.
We have now come to the conclusion that we
I have
are 3. We are 3 now. We are now 3.
You didn't even want to try
I've been kicked off the island.
How long have you been in Texas?
Come on, man.
I don't care.
There's a lot of things in life we can excuse, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No turkey leg?
Not from the
No turkey leg. No stanky leg. No turkey leg.
I'm going to have
no janky leg, no none of that.
I'm taking Vanderbilt in the Yukon to the drive-thru at the State Fair. We'll see you there. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Wow.